that the period of time between Pesach and Shavuos, 49 days, some take the opportunity to learn the Memches Kinyani Torah, the 48 ways of wisdom. Every single day, a different way to try to prepare ourselves with great excitement to receive the Torah. Just like Bnei Yisrael, when they left Mitzrayim, they were thirsty and yearning to get to Torah at Har Sinai. So too, as we go through this period of time, we're preparing ourselves and getting ready to be able to get the Torah. And Rabbi Yerucham Levavitz in the Chachma Musar, he explains that every day you should learn one way. So what do you do on the last day, on day 49? So he says then they would take all the 48 ways all together and try to figure out how they all work together in order to get them to day 50, to the day of Shavuos. So this was something that Rabbi Yerucham, Rabbi Aaron Kotler writes, and Mishnah Rabbi Aaron, he writes also that a person should spend time during this period preparing themselves with the Kinyani Torah. And Rabbi Aaron Kotler points out that the Gemara tells us that the Talmidim of Rebbe Akiva, who we have a period of Avelis for mourning during this Kufa, during this time period, was because Lo Nagu Kavod Zeh B'Zeh, they didn't give honor to one another. And as one of the Memches Kinyani Torah is Dibuk Chaverim, that idea of trying to connect, people try to connect to one another, work together. So since there was something lacking on that level, in that area of one of the 48 ways, so they couldn't continue. They couldn't get their Torah. Their Torah was tainted on a certain level. Now it's hard for us to understand what that really means, that they didn't treat each other with kavod, they didn't try to treat each other with honor. These were great tzaddikim, great Talmidei Chachamim. But the Gemara does tell this to us, and it's something that obviously during this time period we also have to work on. The amount and levels of kavod, of honor, that we give to our friends. In fact, the Maharal says in the Gemara in Yevamos and Daf Samach Beis that the gematria of kavod is Lamed Beis, 32, because those are the first 32 days of Sfiras HaOmer when the Talmidim of Rebbe Akiva died, is because they were lacking in kavod, they were lacking in giving that honor. So 32 days of time that they actually passed away. We are now past the 32, right? We're on 33 now. So we don't have 32 days left, right? We have 17 days left. The Bnei Yissaschar says it's gematria of Tov. The last part of when we indulge, we engage in Talmud Torah, because Torah, there's no greater Tov, there's nothing greater in the world than studying of Torah. So we're at that stage right now, the second half of this period, but we're supposed to still be working and treating others with kavod, with honor. And what does that mean? So most of the time we think that kavod is like, don't say something bad about another person, don't put them down. And we think that maybe the Talmidim of Rebbe Akiva did that. And we have to also work on that and keep your mouth closed. Don't try to insult anyone. Don't try to put anyone down. Don't try to treat anyone in an inappropriate way. In fact, if we just literally close our mouths and don't say anything, we would actually be fine. We'd fulfill any potential hazard or problem or damage that could come from not giving kavod to another person. But the truth is that's completely incorrect. And I want to share a very interesting switch that we find in Pirkei Avos that highlights this idea. How do you honor a person? What are you supposed to feel for another person? So the Mishnah says in Pirkei Avos in the second parak, Mishnah Yud, Rebbe Eliezer Omer. Rebbe Eliezer used to say, now who is Rebbe Eliezer? This is Rebbe Eliezer ben Horkinus. Rebbe Eliezer ben Horkinus was the Rebbe of Rebbe Akiva. When Rebbe Akiva at the age of 40, he went to go ahead to study Torah, he went to Rebbe Eliezer ben Horkinus. This statement of Rebbe Eliezer ben Horkinus is printed on his gravesite in Tiberia. It's unclear if that's really the gravesite that many of us in the yeshiva are going to this week, by the kever of the Rambam. Right there, it has Rebbe Eliezer ben Horkinus, and you'll see, it says the following statement from Pirkei Avos on his tombstone. Yehi chavod chavercha, chavev alecha kishalcha. The kavod of your friend, for your friend, should be as endearing, as special it is for yourself. So when I'm thinking about someone else, I'm supposed to give him kavod just like I would want kavod for myself. Okay, that makes sense. What does kavod mean? Kavod means value. It means when something's expensive. For example, the word yakar. The word yakar means something that's expensive. The word yakar is also used for value, for honor. The pasuk says in Megillas Esther, exact pasuk. The pasuk says in the very beginning, right, Achashverosh decrees that women must give yakar to their husbands. What does it mean? Yakar means honor. They have to honor their husbands. Yakar also means expensive, because something that has worth is honor. That's what kavod really means. So I feel I'm worth something, I hope. So I want people to value what I'm worth. So I should also value another person. That's the same value you're supposed to give to another person. But there's a big problem, because later on in Pirkei Avos, 2 chapters later, Mishnah Yadal in the 4th parak, it says, Rebbe Eliezer ben Shamua, he was a different Rebbe Eliezer, he says, Yehi chavod chavercha, what should the kavod of your friend, the honor of your friend be like? Kimore rabcha, like the fear you have of your Rebbe. Umore rabcha kimore shamayim, and the fear for your Rebbe should be like the fear, the awesomeness that you feel towards God. That's a lot more than what I feel for my friend should be as I feel for myself. There's a big difference between the two. And we don't really find in Pirkei Avos that Mishnayos argue with one another. So the Medrash Shmuel actually says, let's switch the girsa, the text in the first Mishnah, that it doesn't say, Hi chavod chavercha, chaviv alecha geshalcha, that the kavod for your friend should be as much as this for yourself, but rather, kavod talmidcha, your student. The first Mishnah is talking about how much you're supposed to honor your student. That's as much as you want honor for yourself. And how about for your friend? Ooh, that's a lot more. That's as much as you should have for your Rebbe, and that's as much as you should have for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's what you should really give to your friend. So he switches the girsa. But perhaps there are some that suggest that we keep the girsa the way it is. In fact, that's what it says on his tombstone, so we can't switch the girsa over there. Don't damage the tombstone. How do we resolve these two different Mishnayos? So perhaps the idea is as follows. As I mentioned, Rebbe Eliezer ben Hyrcanus was the Rebbe of Rebbe Akiva. Rebbe Akiva learned from his Rebbe. Rebbe Akiva used to speak about the pasuk, V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, to love your friend like you love yourself. Yehi chavod chavercha, like you'd want a chaviv like yours. You want to treat your friend. The honor that you give to your friend is the same honor that you should give to yourself. But unfortunately, there was a disaster, a tremendous tragedy of 24,000 students of Rebbe Akiva that died because they didn't give kavod properly to their friend. Meaning it wasn't enough, that teaching, to say you should honor a friend like you should honor yourself. You know, maybe today I don't feel so good about myself. So that means I don't have to honor my friend. I don't need so much for myself today. I don't care really what people think about me. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to treat other people that way as well. Maybe that's not the way. So Rebbe Eliezer ben Shamua, he switched it. Rebbe Eliezer ben Shamua was one of the 5 Talmidim of Rebbe Akiva that Rebbe Akiva rebuilt the continuation of Torah from after the 24,000 people died. So he taught his Talmud, Rebbe Eliezer ben Shamua. Rebbe Eliezer ben Shamua said, I got to tell you something a little different. It's not enough to just try to treat other people like you want to treat yourself. We have to shoot much higher than that. The kavod that you have to have for someone else is the way you'd have for your Rebbe. And you have to have for your Rebbe, whether you feel good about yourself today or not, you have to have honor for your Rebbe. If you see his worth, you see what he brought to the world, you see that what he's teaching you, all the amazing lessons, you have to honor him. And you know what the honor for that is? The honor we give to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When we walk around and we see the incredible miracles that Hashem has for us every single day, when we see what Hashem gives us, all the brachos in our lives, when we walk around, we see the beautiful Eretz Yisrael, we see the beautiful world. Wow, Hashem, you are awesome. The value, the akar of Hashem is awesome. Like we say in Kedusha, the Kavod Malei Olam, his kavod is all over the place. We see what's going on. We see the worth, as much as we can, of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's the honor that we're supposed to have towards a friend. We see a friend, it's not enough just to say, or not to say something negative, not to put him down. We're supposed to see the value, how much each person is worth. Some of us are learning Erchin. There's a value to a person. Wow, you're amazing. You thought of that idea? You're incredible. You are so smart. Wow, I see you woke up early today. You're amazing. You're an inspiration to me. How often do we walk around to our friends and we tell them how amazing they are? That's what kavod is. Kavod is recognizing how awesome every single individual is. We build them up. And yes, we're supposed to tell them that. We're supposed to recognize that. We're supposed to show them that. It's not enough just to stay away from the negative. Someone who walks around with his mouth closed all day long is not being machabed his friend. He's not. Being machabed a friend is going ahead and telling them how amazing they are, seeing their virtues, seeing how good they are, seeing what makes them unique, see what you learn from them. We could learn from every single one in this room. We could learn a lot of things from them. Well, go tell them. Go over to them and say, I learned so much from you. You inspire me. You teach me so much. Show people that you give them erech. Show people that you value what they're worth and that they're really expensive. They're worth a lot. They're worth a lot of money. They're worth a lot in your eyes. And you go ahead and you explain that. That's what the Rebbe Elazar ben Shemua said. That's what we have to start to do more than just thinking about the other person like you think about yourself. You have to take it to a whole different level. Be'ezras Hashem, if we work on the Kavod, the lesson of the 49 days, we work towards Kabbalah Satorah, we'll be able to tikkun for maybe what has happened in the past, but even in our own lives, to really appreciate others, to learn from others, to be able to build other people up. We'll give other people the power to accomplish amazing things as well. When you feel good, everyone knows. Everyone needs kavod. No such thing as I don't need kavod. It's not true. Everyone needs kavod. Everyone likes to feel a worth. Everyone likes to feel that they're worth something and they're important and they could contribute. So we can help others feel that. We could build each other up. And by us building others, other people are going to be able to accomplish even greater. And like we spoke last week, the Torah was given to all of us, not just one. So when we go individually, so when we go ahead and we build other people up, collectively, we'll all grow together and we'll all be able to see the amazing things that we all could accomplish. And Be'ezras Hashem, the Torah that we're going to receive is going to be even more than we ever could have imagined.